Hey, my loves who just came in. What's good? What's good? I am back. Hey, my loves who just came in. What's good? What's good? I am back. Thanks for that thumbs up. It is appreciated. Thanks for that thumbs up. How y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing tonight? Okay, you guys, I'm going to try and wait a few more moments before I get started in regards to the topic that may be spoke on tonight. One of our Love Vibes tribe members, our newest moderator, asked if we could talk about this. And I did reply after I saw it. There go. Hey, Brim. Hey, Brim. What's up? What's up? So, yeah, I want us to talk about that because I'm happy you saw that on the community wall because that is a very strong, potent, and powerful topic. It really is. And thank you for checking out the community wall. I try to make a post every day, if not every day, every other day, because I do trust that it will help and bless somebody. My night's going great. I just got back over here and settled in a little bit. Just literally sat down from taking care of my nieces earlier today. They called and texted me during our last live. So, yeah, on my way back, that's when I saw your comment. And that is a topic that I definitely would like to discuss. And honestly, I do know that when I do make these lives public, people do come back after the fact and watch the lives for various reasons. And yeah, that is a really good topic to definitely talk about because some people have no earthly idea of having feelings for someone and actually communicating those feelings and being very open to another person, being so vulnerable because that's really what they're being. They're being vulnerable with themselves to someone else. And sometimes the timing is just off. The timing is just completely off. And it can be very painful. It can be very painful. And honestly, it can be painful on both ends of the spectrum. Both ends of the spectrum. And there are various scenarios where that can be someone's reality, like literally. And so, since you are here, I would love to go ahead until someone poses a question or something to get into that topic. Normally, I would just do some card pulls to get the vibes, to get the energies, to share messages from spirit for those who are in the live until someone asks questions. But tonight, I will love to go ahead and get into that topic, into that conversation, rather. And I'll start off with an example. And y'all that are here, I see some of you are already here. 3 is watching, 3 thumbs up. Thank you so much, everybody. I know everybody may not speak, but I do appreciate the love and the appreciation for the thumbs up. All right. Trust and believe. And not just me, but your Divine Universal Supreme, as well as my Divine Universal Supreme team, does appreciate it and sees it. So, look, I love it, Brim side. That's my bro right there. That's my bro. So listen, y'all. One real life example of someone being in a situation where honest feelings are there, okay, but the timing is bad and it causes a lot of pain. One real life example can be you've met this person and this person is like no other person, male or female, it does not matter. This is not gender specific. Just let it serenade and marinate and resonate with you, okay? You can meet someone that stimulates parts of your stimuli that no one else up close and in person has ever stimulated for you before, right? It can be your mental stimuli, it can be your emotional, it can be your financial, spiritual, social. Now, let's take a moment to break down all of those elements, right? How can someone stimulate your mental stimuli? Let's talk about that. Well, with the mental aspect, depending on where your thought processes lie, if you are a person that loves to politics, let's example, if you love politics and you meet someone that loves politics and they love talking about politics just as well as you, or sports, take it, apply it, plug in as need be, dot it, right? Oh my God, that's good mental stimuli, because now you have somebody that can stimulate your mental stimuli. Y'all can talk politicians all day. You can talk about governmental systems, healthcare systems, living systems, inflation. You can talk about an array of things, right? And the conversation will go on and on and on and on. That's a mental stimuli example. Let's talk about emotional stimuli, right? Now, when you look at the emotional side of people, some people are in different places on an emotional front, right? So let's go to the bottom of the scale. All right, the bottom of the scale of a healthy, balanced, emotional person. Let's start at the bottom. If you're at the top, you're balanced emotionally. If you're at the bottom, you're struggling with some trauma, you're struggling with past hurt, some type of pains, whether this is internal conflict or it's external or a mixture of both. What's a real life example of someone dealing with something emotionally, internally? Well, that internal emotional situation can come from, oh my God, this person expressed to me their true feelings towards me, but I didn't express mine back for whatever reason. And here you look at this person's life a year later, 2 years later, and they're with someone that they have created this beautiful, romantic love life with, right? They're all on social media. They're posting all kind of pictures and accomplishments, successes, blah, 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 blah. Stories goes on and on. At that point, you are dealing with your emotions from an internal space. All right, Brim side. You, at that point, you're dealing with your emotions from an internal space. Flip that around. Let's talk about a little bit on the outside of the external. Oh my God, y'all, somebody's blowing the hell out of a horn outside. Hold on. Let them finish blowing. I guess they threw, I don't know. So on an external, imbalanced, painful, trauma type of space. And I can go deeper with the trauma. Right now, we're just going to kind of talk about the hurt feelings part. Then we'll escalate it a little bit to pain and then trauma. Because there's levels to this stuff. It's not just one-sided. It's just not surface. It's levels, it's layers to all of us. So now on the external, on an emotional imbalance, hurtful space, right? Someone that you've set up here and you've expressed your feelings, you've taken action to express how you feel about them. You've done so much for this person. It doesn't matter if it's a romantic situation, a platonic situation, or a family member, or best friend. It doesn't matter. Emotions are emotions. And this person you find out has backstabbed you, talked about you, lied on you, all these things. Now that has put you in a very hurtful emotional state. Now emotionally you're damaged a bit. Okay? Now it's going to be up to you how you deal with that external situation. But what has to happen, it has to be dealt with. Okay? So if it's not dealt with, it's going to be issues in your next and other relationships that you currently have and relationships that you will soon to have. If you do not deal with that at that time, that's on a more hurtful. You hurt my feelings. Now let's talk about pain. On the emotional front, we're talking about mental, emotional, then we're going to talk about social and spiritual. Right now we're on emotional. So with the emotional aspect on a more painful level, here you go. You give someone your last, and you don't do this just for one person. You do this for countless people. You don't even keep track. You just give, 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 give. And then when you are in your worst point in life or at that moment in life, you're at a time where you need something on an emotional front, right? They're not there. Out of all those people, they are not there. No one, quote unquote, seems to be there for you, right? Now you are experiencing a emotional pain. Now I'm just giving out little scenarios, little snippets. You're giving out emotional pain. That you're dealing with emotional pain, rather not giving it out. That can be very painful on the emotional front. If someone tells you how you feel doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter if they treat you like this. You should be okay. That's emotional pain. Now let's go to trauma. Those are just some examples. Let's go to emotional trauma. Now trauma is trauma. Emotional trauma is when, example, you can have a parent figure. I'm not going to say mother or father, but a parent figure, right? Or a romantic partner that verbally abuses you, right? Or physically abuses you, making you feel less than, making you feel like you're not worthy, making you feel like you just don't belong. We can go all the way back because we're talking about trauma now, right? We can go all the way back to childhood. I wish I never had you. Oh my God, I wish I just would have. I hate your daddy was in my life because if I never met your dad or your mama, you wouldn't be here. Or let's go to school. That's in the house. Let's go to school. You got the bullies. You may have been bullied. You may have been frowned upon, laughed at. That those are little examples and snippets of emotional trauma, right? Emotional trauma, because that will shut a person down emotionally. Mind y'all, we're still talking about honest feelings, and bad timing makes the most painful combination. Let's talk about social. The social aspect. What makes up our social society, our finances, our environmental factors, our background, our upbringing, the neighborhood we were raised in, the economic system our parents are labeled to be in, right? So you got a few tiers there. All right, go ahead. I got you, Brim. I got you. That's what's up. Get that money. Finish up your day. Yes, you be careful too. Don't be texting and driving. You be safe. So you could have been a person that was below the poverty level, and you never had much. You didn't have friends in school because you didn't dress like everybody else or things like that, right? That could cause emotional trauma. Because as an adult, now you feel like you got to do any and everything to stand out, and to actually not stand out, but to fit in. To fit in. And why do you have this desire to fit in? It's because there is some emotional trauma from childhood that wasn't dealt with. All right. Let's go to another little snippet. You were molested. This might be sensitive for some people, but it's what it's gonna be, right? You may have been molested by a the same sex or the opposite sex person. Could be a family member, could be a stranger, could be a friend, it could be whatever. But that is traumatic. That is a traumatic situation. Those are traumatic events in your life, right? These things can cause problems as an adult when it comes to loving. We can take these things, this conversation so deep and so far, and really touch on it. But I'm just going to kind of speak on it and then open up for everybody to just, y'all can talk even while I'm talking, okay? But these are issues that can contribute to the topic for the night, all right? Honest feelings, bad timing, and bad timing makes the most painful combination. This could be on a friend level, platonic or romantic. Keep this in mind, you guys. Okay, because some of us meet new people in life and we have a fascination with them, we have a liking with them, we resonate with them, but that might just be for a season, not for long term. And that's where we as individuals have to find our own balance with ourselves. We have to embrace every experience we have, no matter where we find ourselves on the scale of being imbalanced to balanced. Okay? Now let's talk about the spiritual piece. People get hurt in church every day. We know about X, Y, and Z in one of the biggest religious organizations in the world, Catholicism. We know about that stuff with the Pope now. I'm not going to get into all that too deep. We know about things like that, right? We know how there can be prejudiceness even in the churches, because churches are now more integrated than they've ever been. But some of these smaller homegrown churches, some of them still have that old school mentality of segregation. Okay? Thus, if you are a darker skinned individual going into a predominantly, I'm gonna speak on my own personal real life experience right here, just to interject. This is my own personal real life experience. I was at this church. It was predominantly white. It was on the books that no blacks were allowed in this community, this church, right? Well, fast forward, I ended up becoming a women's ministry leader there. I was the first. I was a pioneer at this church, right? The pastor said, "You're a pioneer." I was like, "Why you say that? What do you mean?" He said, "Because you're the first black person to hold an office at this church." So not only did I hold the office, I also had to sit on the board, the church board. Fast forward, as women's ministry leader, number one, I didn't like women back then. I didn't like females because of my experiences with X and Y and Z females. Let me just say that. But going into the church, you think things should be different. And since Spirit put me in that position, since y'all put me in that position, and the way it happened, I won't go into depth right now because I'm not trying to spend the whole night talking about it. I just want to get the nugget of it out. I went around and I met with different women and children shelters in the city I was living in. So when y'all see my donation button and I say I want to expand this channel, grow this channel, as well as help women and children, and to open up a brick and mortar, oh, it's for real, for real. Okay, this was back in 2009 and 10, by the way, what I'm telling you right now. I went around to different women and children shelters in the city that I was living in, and I made agreements with these different shelters that me and the women's ministry would come in and help the women and the children and do whatever we can do, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, I wanted to, we had set up a box in the church foyer to collect donations for one of the shelters, right? The holidays were approaching. Y'all, almost a week went by. It was barely anything in the box. That following week, and I'm not prejudiced, don't take this and misconstrue it. This is me speaking on the spiritual part. The Caucasian head deaconess, pulled out a box for donations for the homeless. And when I tell you, between that Saturday and that Wednesday, her box was literally running over, and my box was barely half full. I could have chose to be bitter behind that, but I had to learn to let that help to develop and to grow me spiritually, right? And as a person. So some people get hurt in different areas of life, different arenas in life. And if you are connecting with someone trying to be in a relationship and they're not really talking to you and telling you certain things about their past, hurts, pains, traumas, and feelings, but y'all do vibe, they really kick it with you, they really like you, you really like them, but something keeps them pulled back from making the connection just happen and pop and grow and go. You have to remember, sometimes there's not always something wrong with you. Sometimes people know where they are as a person and they don't want to talk about it. And we have to let them be who they are respectfully. We can't force them to heal. We can't force them to deal with anything. We can't force them to face anything. So, honest feelings and bad timing make the most painful combinations. Some people say, "Shit, listen, I got children, and if my baby mama find out I'm dating somebody, she gonna try to take me back to child support court to get more money, and I don't want to do that." Thus, that person will refrain from being in some type of relationship. Then you got some people that say, "Hey, I need to get my money right. I don't want to be in a relationship until I get my money right." You have some people that say, "Hey, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want a commitment until I get my life together, until I get this degree, until I get my dream job," whatever the case may be, right? Honest feelings and bad timing make the most painful combination. Why does it make the combination so painful? It's because one party wants something to happen that they know can happen at the wrong time. The timing just is not right for it to happen. Have you ever tried to force something? Have you ever tried to force a key that doesn't fit in a keyhole? That key or the keyhole itself will either be damaged or that key will be bent or broken. So it's like, do you choose to wait it out to see if things will change? What is it that some of you would choose to do in such a situation where you are honestly speaking your feelings to someone, but the timing is just right? It's not right. It's just not right. What would you do? What would you do? Y'all give me your perceptions of this topic. Please keep in mind, ask your questions. We're just chatting right now. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Okay. There we go. I know some of y'all may want to rewind the video, but I went ahead, since Brim's side came in, I wanted to go ahead and bring that topic up. If y'all have seen the post up above, go ahead and scroll up the chat, see what we were talking about. Other than that, go ahead and ask your questions. Let's get your questions answered. How are y'all doing tonight? Y'all so quiet. Why y'all so quiet? It's 9:01, y'all. I won't be on here too long tonight now. Cause it's late. So I'm here for a good time, but not a long time tonight. But I will be back tomorrow. So if y'all have questions, go ahead and ask your questions. If you want me to give you a little time to go back to listen to what's been said, let me know. Somebody came on here at the end of our last live. I don't know if she's going to come back on, but we were just getting off. And I had to go and pick my nieces up. So I couldn't address it. I see we got some of y'all in here in the chat. No one is talking. So what I'll do for now is I will pull some cards, get some messages. There may be a message here for the onlookers. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It is appreciated. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much. Ask your questions. See, it's 4 people in here now. We got 3 thumbs up. Let's get that one more thumb up for the person who just came in here. Go ahead and bring some more stability into your life. The 4th person just watching just came in. Hit that thumbs up and let divinity give you more stability and peace in your life. Bring that energy in. Cultivate that energy. All right. We have start delegating. Ooh. Who's about to get a someone's about to start a business, or you're going to be needing some help, some employees, employers or something, or someone is about to get some type of promotion, and you're going to, let me bring this down some. Can y'all see that? Someone needs to start delegating. This can be on the work front. This can be, hold on y'all, I'm trying to position this. Okay, here we go. That can be on the work front. At home, you need to give your children more chores to do or something. Ask others, including your, look, including Green Tara, Goddess Green Tara, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. So someone is trying to do everything by themselves. You need to learn how to delegate. And I'll take it a step further. Someone needs to learn how to start asking for help. A closed mouth never gets fed. A closed mouth never gets fed. All right, what else is coming through, Spirit here? Oh, and another thing about this. Oh. Some people have had absent parents in their life growing up, and they seek the energy of that parent as they get older outside of themselves. What if the parent was, excuse me, absent and still alive, or absent and still living? And then you have some people who just like to have their way. They're used to getting their way, and they want what they want when they want it. Honest feelings and bad timing makes for a painful combination. Then you have some people who've been players or playerettes, male or female, all their life for various reasons. And they soon decide they just want to go ahead and settle down. But what some people don't understand is sometimes we also have karma to deal with. Karma can be a friend or karma can be an enemy. But either way, karma is mutual. Karma is a neutralized energy. So if the seeds you sowed at some point in your life as a player was not right, what makes a player a player? Players are different. Some players let people know they're a player, male or female. Then you have some players that don't let people know that they're out there playing. And a player plays to win. Now, whatever they're trying to win, whether it's attention, it's popularity, whether they're playing someone to gain some type of financial something or whatever the case may be, a player is a player. But if you're a player that's not honest, hey, Divine Feminine Chronicles, hey, love, how are you? And you were a player out here and you wasn't an honest player, then you have to deal with that karma. But even if you were an honest player, you'll have good karma coming from your honesty because the seeds that you've sown. How you doing tonight, Divine Feminine? I'm just up here chopping it up about a topic that Brimside wanted to talk about. Brimside is getting off work, so he's not able to really engage right now, but I know he is going to eventually come back to this live at some point or later when he gets off work. Yes, you can. Just let me know when you submit your donation. Girl, I am awesome. I am thankful. I am grateful. Just let me know if you're going to donate through PayPal or are you doing through Cash App, and we will get your love reading. Okay, you want a one card pull? All right, let's get you a one card pull. All right, Divine Feminine, one card pull regarding love. All right. Hmm. Be careful of that's something else I was going to speak on is that trauma bonding. Some people come into relationships under the energies of trauma where two parties are traumatized by some event in their life and they have not yet healed or processed that trauma. And that trauma energy is something that two people can connect on. But the problem with that trauma bonding is that when the other person is healed and has processed their trauma and the other has not, the energies then can and most definitely will become unbalanced. Not to say that the connection will end or die, but the energies then fluctuate, the energies change. And what made me say that is this image on this card. I have not looked at the card to see what it reads, Divine Feminine Chronicles, but I'm about to read it. This is what the card says. But the image just reminded me to say what I just said. But this card reads embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces, divine feminine. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So, whether you are currently involved with someone or not, whether this is going to be a situation that's for a season or for a lifetime, there are some major lessons that's going to be learned in this connection, or from a past connection or your next connection, that must be learned to fill in some missing pieces of a puzzle in regards to your love capacity. I didn't say your love life, but your love capacity. Ah, okay. You think he's healed and you're still in the process. That's why that came through. And divine timing allowed that bullet point that was outlined in my mind's eye to talk about it be delayed. Okay. That makes sense. The energies in this connection, then you already know it's not balanced. And it's probably not what it used to be if you have been with this individual for some time. The energies between you two, if you have been with this person for some time, fluctuates. And that is because of the now imbalance, because someone is healed. And if you know you are still in the process, but he is healed, that has what's caused the imbalances energetically. And it's so crazy that I just reshuffled this deck and set it down, divine feminine. And look what landed still on the top. That same card. So that's confirmation. And what's even funnier is that this card was the only card turned upright. Well, upside down, not upright. Everything else was upright. So divine feminine, are you aware of what other processes you need to go through, or steps you need to take, things that you need to really address at this time in your healing processes? Or are you in a space of just winging it, or you're still needing guidance on your process of healing? Where do you find yourself in your healing process at this time? I'm discovering a lot through all of this. As you should. You should be discovering a lot. Mm-hmm. And I say that, excuse me, and I say that because you're honest enough with yourself to say what you said. And you know what? And that's a part of life. We all go through some things personally, and it can mess with our energies, especially with our Not just our internal relationship with ourselves, but it can also affect our relationships with other people. But the beauty of it is that we can overcome if we choose to want to overcome. So this is a safe space to discuss certain things, and I don't, if you don't want to discuss certain things openly, publicly, that's totally fine. But you can always email me because I'm here for a purpose, not just to be on YouTube to make money and things like that. Trust me, if that was the case, I probably wouldn't even be on here. But I desire and I have a passion and a heart, and I find much joy and satisfaction and pleasure in helping people and seeing people experience the best of themselves and living their best lives. Either way. And I can tell you this, whoever this person is, you're meant to be with this person at this time. Like I said, if it's for a season or a lifetime. People come into our lives for a season and for a reason. Whether that reason is for a season or a lifetime, it's a reason. And we sometimes have to slow down to try to decipher and discern without biasness. Why are we in people's lives and why are certain people in ours? Some people come into our lives for a season to bless us, to help us be the best version of ourselves, to heal parts of ourselves, or to discover parts of ourselves that we never knew were there, to help us elevate, to help us evolve, to help us heal, to help us express ourselves, to be comfortable with ourselves. It's just so many countless reasons. I do believe in each one reach one, each one teach one. I do believe in that. Because if I can help one person, I'm good. If I can see the success of my seeds that I planted in someone, I'm good with that. It fills my cup. Because some people may not never give you recognition or appreciation for the seeds that you may have sown, the seeds that you may have watered, you know, or whatever. It talks about that in the Bible. Some plant, some water, some harvest. And as long as we find ourselves in a place where we're okay with whatever part we're in, whether we're the planter, the waterer, or the person that harvests, if we are truly sincere about what our purpose is in life, it's going to be fulfilling either way. Sometimes we look for validation and affirmation outside of ourselves when sometimes there are emotional things, and I talked about this earlier in this live, where there are things sometimes it's just internal that we need to deal with. Because even if it's external, it can have been from somebody, some things that happened to us from someone when we were younger, and here 10, 12, 20 years later, we meet someone and that thing we never dealt with has been triggered. And now that that switch has been flicked, we like, oh my God, what the hell happened here? You know, you're feeling some type of way. You don't know how to think. You don't know how to feel. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to say. And then not just that, life happens. That can be on the job. You can be in a good space in life. Moving on, skipping along. You know? And then it's one some sucker come to you on the job and say some or do some real foul stuff. And now they've triggered something that never was dealt with. They reminded you or reminded someone about the trash under the rug, the dirt under the rug that never was gotten up off the floor when you swept. You just kept putting it under the rug. And now you're like, what the hell just happened? That's a sign from spirit saying, hey, it's some issues within you that you never addressed and dealt with. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and try to work this out so you can get to the root of it and know how to move forward healthy and balanced. So everybody have their moments, and sometimes we go through those moments when we are already having other things going on in life. And yeah, that can be overbearing. It can be overwhelming from time to time. And sometimes we have to literally fall to our knees and just cry out and ask for divine help, divine wisdom, divine intelligence, divine guidance, divine comfort, divine peace, divine joy. We have to ask for the things that we think is mundane. But at that time, those mundane things are like, it's like winning a lottery jackpot at that moment in our life. Because, baby, it's people that's out here that's financially wealthy and mentally mucked up, emotionally screwed up. And so it's like, it's no one is happy duck. Hey, oh, happy duck, don't know what you're saying. Happy duck, put that in English format, baby. Happy duck, I don't know if that's Hindu, that do. I don't know what that is, baby. I don't understand that language. I need English. But hello, happy duck. I don't even have an option to convert that into English. So I'm gonna need happy duck, which is interesting that I see happy. It means hello, how are you today? What language is that, happy duck? And hi, hello, and welcome. I am awesome. How are you today? What language is that? I don't see that being Greek. Is Arabic? You know, I find it hard to receive when someone says they want me. I always think they're bluffing. It's Russian. Oh, that's the kind of talk, happy duck. Okay, all right, that's Russian. It didn't look familiar, that's for sure. That's cool. Define feminine, and you're gonna. It's something that you experienced at a very young age. It could be have been childhood or whatever. And this experience, let me also say this: some of our experiences, y'all, can be direct experiences or indirect. Oh, you're also Ukrainian. All right. How are you over there? My prayers and hopes and best wishes are to my Ukrainians over there. I send y'all so much peace. What was the card again? Embrace. Yes, divine feminine embrace. So it's like if your person is healed and they realize that you still are not, this person can potentially help you to heal through to continue moving through your healing processes. No, I'm not over there. Well, I'm happy you're not. That's good that you're not over there. But my prayers and hopes and best wishes are still with all of you, whether you're there or not. Yeah. Yeah. But yes, it was embrace. Yeah. How long have you been away from Ukrainian? From Ukraine, Happy Duck. Oh my gosh. I mean, I love dogs. All right, now look. Now you start look, you can create a you can create your own YouTube channel, Happy Duck, using AI and just teach people Ukrainian language. 2 or 5 months. Oh wow, bless it. Okay. Well good. Good. And sometimes what can happen when we are in these connections with people, platonic or romantic, okay? And the energies become invalid, unbalanced, okay? When they become imbalanced, sometimes we have to pull back. If we're the person that's still in the processes of healing, we sometimes most definitely need to pull back energetically, not cut someone off, but just kind of pull back long enough for us to do inventory on ourselves. Oh, bless. I hope you don't have COVID. And I pray for whatever symptoms you have to be dispelled. Okay? To be removed. Are you into natural herbs, natural healings, Happy Duck? You're welcome, Divine Feminine. You're welcome. Yeah, but the card was definitely embrace. Yeah. You two will help to put the puzzles back together for each other. Mm-hmm. And y'all be sure to check out that community wall to their make posts there as well to help inspire, encourage, motivate, and sometimes even for laughter purposes. Just laughter does the body good like medicine, you know? Absolutely. All right, you guys, I'm going to get ready to come off of here for a spell. I might come back on tonight. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I just might. And if I do come back on tonight, it's going to be only for a very short span of time. So I'm going to get out of here right now. Much love, likes, thanks, and gratitude to you all. I send healing energy, peace, love, happiness, joy, and abundance, prosperity to you all, and divine guidance and protection. May it all befall you on this night. All right, ceaselessly. And until next time, y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right. Tell a friend, invite a friend. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. Be sweet, be kind, keep a good word in your heart at all times. And know that somebody else besides Jesus love you, okay? Bye.